Hey everyone, it's Lisa Bongean from Primitive Gatherings, and today I get to introduce to you our second Weekend Edition quilt. So these are simple quilts that we believe can be made in a weekend. Now, we can't help it if something interrupts your life and you had plans to sew all weekend and then you know how that happens. But we think if you got a weekend alone and you can bust one of these out, no problem. All right, so this is what you're going to need. You're going to have to go download our pattern for Amazing. It's called, we think it looks like a maze, right? It is 68 by 68 if you make it 9 blocks like ours is. You are going to need 2.5 yards of cream or white. We use porcelain Bella, and that is 9900182. And then we also use 3 yards of navy blue Bella as well. You're going to need a 1/2 yard for binding, and then backing is going to be 4.5 yards. All right, so you're going to go to primitivegatherings.us and you are going to download this pattern for the Weekend Edition quilt. All right, so let's get started. It's a very simple block. It's kind of like a big 9 patch with some cornerstones. So if you look at the quilt here, this is 1 block. I'm going to make this unit and this unit for you, and then you're just going to have to make as many as the pattern calls for. So I've laid out my block here. So this is the center 9 patch with its sashings, and then this little corner unit as well. So you're going to go to your directions and cut according to the sizes there. So I'm just going to pick these up, put them right sides together. I have a little tone-on-tone print here, so I recommend opening up all those fabrics and make sure you have the right side up, because that can be confusing with these tone-on-tone whites. I have my 1/4 inch foot on for accuracy. I'll lower that just a bit. I am sewing on the new Burnett B08 straight stitch machine, and it does seem a little loud because I have a microphone right here, but when you're stitching with this, it's nice and smooth and not very loud at all, and I really like that. All right, so I'm just going to clip these and add on the next one. So basically this is just kind of a weird 9 patch, uneven 9 patch. We have starched and pressed all of our fabrics ahead of time. All right, the directions tell you to press these open. However, if you want to press them to the dark, you more certainly can do that. So I'm going to press them to the dark right now. And then these will go out to the outside, to the dark. Okay, so we're just going to put those back here. I'm going to flip these two together, pin those intersections if I need to. They look pretty good, so I'm not going to pin them. I can just hold them there. This is a big clunky block. I knew this machine was not turned up all the way. A little pokey. All right, now I'm going to add the bottom on there. See that difference? Oh, yeah. remember, we only have a weekend to get this done, so we gotta sew at the fastest speed possible. All right, so now this is the point where I like to press seams open. So then it's usually like those last two long seams on the block that for sure I have to press open. All right. So now we're going to add these onto the sides here. Again, I'm going to make sure my fabric is right because it's very easy to turn one of those. Second one. So here, again, we could press those out or we could open them up. I want to open them up. The reason I love to open those up is when you have this dark block on this white block, sometimes if it was pressed the same direction, you might just get a navy line showing through there because it wasn't lined up perfect. I'm not too, I sometimes will not line them up good enough and it'll stick out a little bit. So I just want to make sure that that doesn't happen, so I press them open on those long seams. I really think this could be a Saturday quilt too. I don't think you need the whole weekend to make this. Look at that. So I'm going to press those again open. All right, so that's the center part of the block. And then you are going to do enough of this unit here to do 4. So I'm just going to show you how to do 1 because this is pretty simple. You probably don't even really need me to do a video on this one. All right, I'm going to press this one open quick. This one will give me, should be the same size. Okay, so these eventually are going to have a little bit more sashing on here going on, but these are really the only 2 block units we're going to be making for this one. All right, super simple. Have fun, and make sure you show your finished projects on Stitch with Lisa Bongean on our Facebook group. Would love to see them there.